Not sure what the supposed end game is or how much more of this we're supposed to stomach. I mean, this is another 3 hours of trashing coming on Thursday, then the book, then a series of interviews around the book. This is just a never-ending stream of attacks on their own family.
I appreciate that's how you feel, but ultimately what they're really doing is highlighting the disgusting elephant in the room that the majority of this nation are more than happy to ignore. And that's what's happening right now. And they're trying to do it in a way that allows them to look after their family, basically. So if it means making money whilst they do it, then so.
What is that elephant in the room?
Racism. Racism in terms of racial prejudice within an institution and racism in terms of this country being racist.
But I said to you the other day, when things got a bit heated at this desk, that I felt that if you're going to make incredibly serious charges of racism in an institution like the British royal family and the monarchy, you've got to provide some evidence. They've now had a year and a half or more since the Oprah Winfrey interview in which they made all these incendiary claims. They've not produced any evidence of any racism.
OK, so what I'm hoping is that these next set of documentaries, they will actually provide us with some names so we can kind of stop discussing.
What if it doesn't?
If it doesn't, well, what I'll do is I'll provide you with my evidence. Is that all right? If you give me a minute, I'll give you some evidence as to why that specific institution is racist, which I can do. So, in terms of the evidence that you are likely to find, it is going to be in the form of covert racism. And I know you don't like that word, but it is a fact. So, examples include, in terms of the institution, the distribution of the Order of St. Michael, which is a badge which ultimately depicts a white man with wings trampling a black man. We can also delve into the fact that that institution hung up pictures of a little black slave boy on the walls within the institution, and everyone was so blinded by their racial prejudice that no one saw fit to take it down when the black president popped round for tea. Or we can delve into the fact that the Queen Elizabeth, or rather the late Queen, made sure that she did not have to adhere to the equalities laws and legislation, which is arguably what a true racist would do, and we cannot take away the fact, negate the fact.
You're calling the late Queen a true racist?
No, I'm saying it's arguably what a true racist would do, to make sure...
Racist. You're the head of the Commonwealth. She couldn't have been a less racist person if she had tried. Ask anyone in any of the Commonwealth countries about the Queen. None of them ever felt the Queen was a racist. And when you say things like that, you lose me. I'm like, that's a ridiculous thing to say. OK,
so I'll explain it. So racism was the building blocks for the transatlantic slave trade, a trade that was funded by the royal family, and they ultimately made their wealth off of the blood, sweat and tears off of enslaved Africans.
And it was this country,
hold on a second,
it was this country that actually led the end of slavery.
Which everyone likes to talk about.
Hundreds of years ago, by the way.
But you also contributed to it. And what you fail to realise is that the legacy of colonialism, slavery and British politeness play a vital role in the perpetuation of covert racism. In other words, the present-day racism that I talk about today, which is in the form of covert racism.